And then also in your research, have you talked to men and young men and white
We
men,
have not.
men of color? No, you haven't. So
We have not. What I saw in some of the data about the election was, though, that a much higher percentage of women, of young women, voted Democrat
Mhm.
across abortion as well as, for electoral positions, higher than white women, higher than young men, and higher than white men voted Democrat. So I think that's a little bit of an indicator. Young women haven't typically been in anyone's, on anyone's priority list when it comes to civic engagement and politics, frankly.
so you think Democrats should continue this and, champion abortion rights as a main issue because it's resonating with young voters, young women of color?
I do. I do. And I think if they want to reach younger voters and younger voters of color and hold on to them, they need to not only look at abortion, but look at what are some of the root causes of the disparity of what happens when we don't have the right to choose.
And how does fundraising play a role in this? Like, are there NGOs and organizations like Planned Parenthood that you see supporting the Democrats in order to mobilize these voters? How are Democrats fundraising on this issue as well?
I think people are just starting really to pay attention to Gen Z young folks. To be quite honest, I hear a lot of things out in the community about we gotta get going with them, and we're going to be working to activate young girls, gender expensive young folks, particularly those who have been system impacted and face a lot of chronic adversity because they don't even show up in the numbers that we're looking at now. So I think it's coming, but I think it's coming and it's picking up rapidly because we're looking at 2024.
So, do you have any other like advice for Democrats of what they should be doing as they're looking toward 2024? Like, what other actions would you like to see President Biden take, or on the state level as well, when it comes to protecting abortion rights?
I think there's a fair amount of buzz out there that younger voters really are. They're not necessarily voting along party lines. It's issue specific. And I guess the advice I would give to the Democratic Party is yes, it is issue specific, but what are the underlying values of those issues? And what are the underlying values that will guide the reactions to whatever comes up, whether it's a constitutional challenge or state level challenge? I think that's what young folks are really driven by, a set of core values that they see reflected in issues. It's not just the issue alone. It's not that simple.